tanks doing huge splash damage to his own units. The Ghost is sniping away at the Broodlords, but this is just way too many units. It is gonna clean up once again Tarson's army. These siege tanks are the last of what is remaining for Tarson. 4 Broodlords still on the field, no Vikings. These Broodlords will just... 5 Broodlords actually, and these Broodlords will just start raining down Broodlings on the rest of this planetary fortress, or the expansion, or the third base, and really there is nothing Tarson can do at this point. He is producing a lot of Marines, a lot of Marines, period, at this point. He is producing a single Ghost and Cloak, so maybe that is his miracle solution, but these Broodlings are already doing their own damage, and really, this is going to be a game. This has to be over, and one Ghost does get a snipe on the Broodlords, picking off the weak one. These Marines will actually be able to pick off another one nice snipe. Actually, the Broodlords are focusing down the Ghosts at this point. Nice fungal going down on everything. And Tarson manages to actually take out 4 Broodlords. That is a small victory for him, but really, at this point, haypro can just do whatever he wants. He is getting Zerg melee attack level 3, producing 10 Infestors at this point. So, haypro just looking great. He does have this huge flock of Lings also. 95 Lings, 7 Corruptors, and 6 Infestors, as well as 10 more in production. And really, I mean, Tarson doesn't realize it yet, but his small army here won't be able to do much at this point. There are no mutas on the field, so these drops might be able to do some kind of damage, but I think that haypro will actually finish this game before. And there he goes, sending all his Lings into a planetary fortress. This is never a good idea, actually. These Lings might not even be able to finish it off because of all those repairing SCVs. And it will all depend on Tarson's reaction time. Nice reaction time here. Gonna manage to save this planetary fortress, and haypro knows it. He has to back up. And now engaging this army head on. There is one attack upgrade for the tanks. So these Lings gonna get one-shotted by all the tanks, and actually Tarson holding this, sacrificing all his Lings. haypro really did not control that well. He lost 95 Lings and is now 156. He is below supply on Tarson. And might Tarson actually be able to come back in this game? That would be one incredible comeback at this point. Nice fungals here, going to deny these drop ships from actually going back home. A few infested Terrans are going to be spawned, but that is going to be one more fungal. No, he does manage to actually, that Queen getting her last kill here. One small group of Marines going to harass this 4th base from haypro. Some Lings streaming in here to clean this up, but nice positioning here by Tarson behind the mineral lines. Actually going to be able to clean up all those Lings. The fungal going to be able to clean this up. These Infestors are really worth their weight in gold, and that is a lot of Infestors. That is 16 Infestors at this point. There are 7 Broodlords in the center of the map. Gonna start raining down on the Marines. Gonna force them to actually retreat back here. And this is actually looking like a very fair game at this point. These Ghosts are going to get some huge snipes off on the Broodlords, and that is just huge. That is exactly what Tarson needs to do at this point. Nice fungal, catching 2 of them in the center of the map, but there are still a lot of Ghosts left, and losing 2 Broodlords like this is not what you want to do. Another drop at the bottom side of the map here, going to do a lot of damage as well. This medevac killing the Marines, going to be able to kill the Swine Crawlers. And now actually haypro just streaming all his Infestors to save this base. And really, Tarson has come back in this game, and what a comeback he has done. Is now 183 to 168 supply, and I really thought that actually Tarson was out of this game. I mean, haypro had such an advantage, losing a couple of Broodlords here, being sloppy, losing a few more at the at the center of the map, not getting those mutas back up to actually clean up these drops that are just so annoying by haypro. He has to be everywhere at once, and these infestors are actually very, very slow, so can't deal with those drops very effectively. He should just spawn 8 more mutas and just control the map with them to prevent all these drops. These drops doing so much damage, and now it is 183 to 178 supply. Although there are a lot of broodlords on the field, there are 6 broodlords along with about 7 infestors and a lot more in production here. There are 6 more, so that will be 12 broodlords and too many infestors. I can't even count this. It is 16, sorry. 17 with this one hiding beneath the broodlord. And look for these broodlords to get a good position, because that is what they're going to need. A lot of broodlords. That is so many broodlords. That, at this point, is 14 broodlords, counting these 2. And really, does Tarson have any Vikings? He does not have any Vikings. He does have a couple of ghosts here in front. But, I mean, that is 8 ghosts against 16 broodlords. Will he be able to get that many snipes off? These infestors even have mind control, so I would love to see some mind control play here. Mind control a ghost and EMP the rest of them. That would be very big by haypro if he can actually manage to do that. We have seen some pros do that, but it is so micro intensive actually that it is very rare that we see him. You actually have to pinpoint these ghosts. They are very small, so they are very hard to aim, and these ghosts just chilling here saying, look at me, I am a boss. Really, the ghosts, when you hold position or when they stop moving, they just put their guns on their shoulder, so props to the animators at Blizzard for actually doing that. They look cool. At least one sensor tower in the center of the map, going to be able to spot for any kind of aggression here, and that is just so many broodlords. I still can't believe there are 14 broodlords on the field. One more morphing in, and there it goes. They are moving out in the center of the map, going to start attacking here, and if he can actually get some good position with the infestors in back of him, he can actually fungal these units and just kill them off one fungal at a time. These broodlords are aiming for that 5th base by Tarson, and we'll just have to wait and see how Tarson reacts here. He does not have any Vikings. There are a lot of tanks. These tanks will do huge damage to themselves if they actually engage the broodlings at this point. And look at those broodlings rain down at the expansion. Nice scan, gonna go up. He is still focusing down the planetary fortress. These ghosts sniping away at this front broodlord. Look for the infestors to actually fungal everything here. The rest of the infestors are actually way back here. He should move them forward, because these broodlords will need support, especially if these units dart forward. And look at the sheer amount of broodlings raining down, and really these tanks will just start doing huge damage to the Terran army. The planetary fortress did go down, and this is just way too many broodlords to deal with at this point. Look at those broodlings. He should actually move towards this army, because if the broodlings actually getting range of this, they will just obliterate this army from Tarson. The broodlord's now moving forward. He should start moving. He should actually start attacking here. The ghost's gonna get a nice position here. These broodlings still doing huge damage. The tanks are all still siege, doing huge splash damage to their own units, and really that is one mistake by Tarson. He should unsiege these tanks, because they just obliterated his own ghosts. These ghosts were crucial to actually hold this off, and now there is just nothing left for Tarson. There are still 12 broodlords on the field for haypro, and really no answer by Tarson. He is now producing only Marines. He has almost exclusively... He almost has only tanks on the field at this point, producing 3 Marines. That's all he can afford. Meanwhile, haypro is actually keep getting his trust fund going, and he will be able to remax so easily. And really, again, I have to expect GG here anytime soon by Tarson. So he almost actually came back in this game. He was looking good for a second, but haypro managing to actually macro up 14 broodlords. Now gonna start destroying these ghost academies, getting flyer attack level 3. How often do you see flyer attack level 3? And Tarson saying that's Zerg. GG's out of here. And what a great game here by haypro and Tarson. So thank you thank you, viewers, for actually suggesting this game. I will try and start talking more appropriately. I mean, not stuttering, because that was just weird. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully you liked this game, and I will be casting a lot more in the near future, so tune in for that.